What was that then? Yeah, I guess I lost
save me, 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 save me. Save me, 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 save me. Save me, 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 save me.
You got the countdown on?
How you doing, my brother?
I'm good, bro. What's up? What's up?
I'm doing good. I barely can hear you.
You barely can hear me?
Yes, sir.
I can hear you coming through your phone. You must have me on loudspeaker.
I mean, I can hear you, but it's just a little low. But
It's low. Let me see here. See if I can turn the volume up some. What about now?
we'll make it work. We'll make it work.
All
How
right,
you
well,
doing there, bro?
man, I'm doing really good. I'm doing really good tonight. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. I'm just out grabbing a bite to eat right quick. That's
Okay.
why my back
Uh-oh. Business.
is a little but we get.
All right. That's what's up, man. Listen, I know tonight is gonna be kind of like kind of crazy because um there is
Okay, I'm up to.
So anyhow, we know that a lot of people are at the women's convention tonight. Yes, the 20 2024, the women's convention is going on, and it is in full swing. Can you hear me, bro?
I can hear you.
Okay. All right. Is that better?
Yeah, yeah, it's the same, but I can hear you. I can hear you.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. All right. My bad. My bad. We're gonna have
You
to
see
look
that
at
again?
that. See what's actually going on. Well,
I'm with a viewer, and they say they barely can hear you as well.
oh, really? Hmm. What about now?
That's better.
Okay. All right. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. Man, I'm even increase it some more. How about that? What does that sound like? Even better?
That's better.
All right. Very good. Very good. Very good. So listen, bro, like tonight, of course, we are in Church of God in Christ is in the women's convention. And so this is the 74th, right?
Yes, sir.
74th annual women's convention. It's good to see you, bro. We spent
Yes,
the
sir. Good to
first
see you.
first 2 nights we spent at the convention, and now we are at home. We had to take a break because there's a lot going on out there. It's a lot, but
Yes,
it,
sir.
it's really exciting. We did some kind of like videos last night, bro. It was so big I couldn't even import it, so I
Okay.
had to chop it down. Had to chop it down. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna chop it down and post it on the on Facebook and on the conversations with the culture page. So people can
And
see
then,
what's
yeah,
happening.
then even maybe we can go back and revisit next week if for whatever reason.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. We can do a
Yes, sir.
recap. We can do a recap. But what I want to get into is that basically we still in the same position, but we got some updates because this Sunday we're going into the sanctuary.
Yes, sir. That's the plan. Yes, sir.
That's the plan. And we have not been in the sanctuary for months.
That's
For
right.
months. I'm actually going back to, let's see here.
Oh yeah, really since Founders Day. Since
Yeah,
Founders Day.
since Founders Day. And
That was
prior
last
to
year. Yeah,
that
yeah,
was
that was
last year.
August. That was August of last year.
And so, but even prior to Founders Day, we have been iced out of the sanctuary.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we have been iced out. So we literally been iced out prior to Founders Day, immediately after Founders Day, we were iced out. But this Sunday,
Really Father's Day of 2020, yeah, last
2023,
year. Yeah, 2023.
2023.
That's when yeah. So
Yeah. Been iced out of the sanctuary, but we are going back in. Thank God. We are
yes,
back
sir.
in the sanctuary. Now, I want to encourage all of the saints of God not to be fearful. You already know that Dennis is a stunner and he's gonna try to pull some stunts. But we are preparing ourselves for that, and we just don't want the people to be afraid of confrontation or anything like that. This is something that we are going to be prepared for, and the fellowship churches that use the sanctuary are aware that we are coming in. We have already had conversations with them from what I have been advised. Is that correct, brother?
Yes, I actually I've spoke with I don't know his name, but the pastor from the Rock Solid
Okay.
congregation,
Mm-hmm.
and as we were transporting instruments into the fellowship hall on Sunday, he approached me and he was like, "Well, who's going to be in the sanctuary this Sunday?" So I explained to him that um, it's our belief that we'll be in the sanctuary, Bishop's son's faction, and he was
Correct.
like, "Okay, good, 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 good." So the news is out. The people have been notified. So
And they have an expectation, and
they
and
have like,
Kadesh, which is the church that normally goes in when we start our service, and we would have service inside the fellowship hall. I'm under. It's my understanding that they are aware as well.
yeah, they would have to know, especially if Rock Solid knows. So,
hmm So the conversations have taken place. The only thing that would surprise me is that if Dennis did not try to pull a stunt, but I'm
oh well,
expecting
you,
something.
you expect that, yeah. You expect that, and that's kind of some of the things we was going to talk about tonight. Change.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
have to prepare.
That's right.
You have to prepare for these
Right.
changes in
That's
advance.
right.
Put up these restrictions and barriers prior to.
That's right. That's right,
Yeah.
brother. That's right. I want to also, just drop in like we have two and a half courts of opinion going on right now.
Hmm.
We have the judicial court of Orange County, which
Hmm.
in for all aspects of everything, their opinion is really basically the only opinion that counts. However, there is the court of public opinion. So that's why I say the half is because the half. Maybe I should say one and a half, but then again, two and a half. All right, because we got
Hmm.
the appeal court that's going on. Their decision is also tantamount to this, but we have the court of public opinion also that's weighing in now. The court of public opinion doesn't have any effect legally. However, for the moral standpoint, the opinion of public effect has a resounding sound,
Yes.
and the majority, I would say 99% of the public opinion is that what is happening in New Life is absolutely wrong on Dennis' side. And we have you can attest to this, bro. We've been meeting people for the last two nights during the convocation, I mean during the women's convention, who have been like overwhelmingly supportive of us, you know.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
have
I'm sorry.
have been overwhelmingly supportive of us, you know.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
And they have come up to us and have talked to us and have said, we stand by y'all. We hate to see what's happening. We
Yes.
hate to see how this man has just come in and just done this wrong, and they even hate the fact that he had at beginning he had some support from one of the the leaders of this national church.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
voiced their opinion about that as well.
Hmm.
So that the court of public opinion is important, and the amount of people that were walking up to me on Monday night and Tuesday night saying, "Hey, I know you. That you on
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
you New Life, right?" I was like, "Yeah, man, we praying for y'all. We praying for y'all." I haven't walked up to anyone, or no one has actually come up to me and said, "Y'all are so wrong."
Y'all are wrong for what y'all
If
done. Everybody that we run into, they're saying, "Man, we're praying for you." I mean, well, I've been running into the individuals even
even
prior to the
prior to the
convention.
yeah, yeah,
As you know, I was a part of a district meeting of one of the districts in the Eastern Florida jurisdiction on just last weekend. I mean, it's disheartening, and this is also the jurisdiction, quote unquote, even the district that, you know, Pastor D is trying to be a part of. And they even know,
yeah, they know. Yeah,
they
they
even know, they're like, man, we
but
praying for y'all. We praying for
the
y'all.
if I could if I could even interject even in that with because you know the whole history behind that, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But one of the just the very um such conflicting interest is the fact that Elder Earl Carter
Mm-hmm.
is 100%, from what I can understand, opposed to the former Bishop Jimmy
Jimmy Williams,
Williams.
yeah.
Or
Absolutely.
well,
He makes it known. He
he
makes it
makes
known.
it known. And to me, that is a conflict of interest because Dennis went to Bishop Jimmy Williams to get a certificate of pastorship,
Mm-hmm.
which the court said is
Mm-hmm.
not valid. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't mean anything. But
Mm-hmm.
he's using that as a way. At the end, it's still going to end up, whatever he want. It's null effect for this church is not
Mhm.
going to bring us into any jurisdiction or
Right.
under any leadership of any pastor because we are
Right.
in litigation and the final say so. But that he would use that, bring it to the court, and then you are partnered with someone who absolutely opposes this man, but
Opposed to the
then
leader.
y'all
Yeah.
go to opposes the leader, but
Hmm.
then you go to a district meeting, and when they call out the man's name, Elder Carter, the from my understanding, what I was told is that the look on his face and what came out of his mouth was Jimmy Williams,
Hmm.
as if to say, who did he think they were going to say? Bishop Hill?
Well, I mean, according to protocol,
According to protocol.
according
So
to
there's
protocol.
conflict everywhere, even there.
Hmm. Yeah.
Even there. When they know that this is what the rule of order is,
Hmm.
this is what has been handed down.
Hmm.
That church is under the Church of God in Christ
Yeah.
International,
Yeah.
under a jurisdiction.
Hmm.
And the conflict of interest is that at this time you have an interim bishop because the bishop that was over the jurisdiction, i.e., former Bishop Jimmy Williams, and I can't even say former because we don't know what's going to happen at this women's convention
Hmm.
regarding the judiciary court of the bishops
Hmm.
court, right? We
Right.
don't know what's going to happen. We do know that people want an answer, right? We know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
They want Bishop Williams to answer. They want Jimmy Williams to answer for what he has done. They want an answer. And on top of that, if you are under if you are under the auspice of the Church of God in Christ, and the jurisdictional prelate has been changed by the national church, but then when you announce things, you are actually showing that you are in disagreement with the national church because you still don't honor the interim by saying under the former.
Hmm. Right.
That's, hey, everybody has their things.
Hmm. Yeah.
And that right there is just a bunch of conflict to me. That is
Yeah.
just
It's a lot.
there's a
It's a lot.
bunch of conflicting mess. But again, people, Sunday morning, we will be back in the sanctuary if the Lord say the same.
Hmm.
And your body is safe, your spirit is safe, your soul is safe. Precautions are in order. Everything is in order. Don't have to worry about Dennis. I'm telling you, we are not worried about Dennis pulling any stunts. We are
Hmm.
prepared for a stunt. Matter of fact, I feel like if he come in and try to do something, we ought to poll and vote right then and there. Come on, so we can vote. Come on, get out of your bed or leave the sports bar, whatever you do on Sunday when you're not having church, or out on a date or attend a date or whatever you do, and come to church so we can vote. Oh,
But service will be going on in the
it will
fellowship hall
be.
as well, though. So
It will be.
it'll be interesting to see
It will
what's
be.
what's going to become of this.
Yeah,
So
it certainly will be. It certainly will be. No, and we are looking forward to it. We are
yeah,
definitely
man.
looking.
I mean the Saints. I know we've been talking about this for over a year now, and I mean it's like, come on, man. There's no reason why tenants have the opportunity to enjoy what belongs to us as a
Yes,
ministry. They're getting more usage out of the sanctuary, in the not just the sanctuary, the property
yeah,
itself. They're getting more usage out of it than the
yeah,
actual members.
yeah, yeah,
They had, matter of fact, for a while they were treating us as if we were tenants.
yeah. And
And
you know where that
I know
came
it's been
from?
several times I had to tell them, hey, listen, this is
This is
our
our
church.
church. Yeah, that's right.
I've ran into several. Hey, listen, hey, this is
Oh
our
yeah,
church.
oh yeah. And you know where that comes from, though.
I know where it comes from.
It comes directly from Dennis. Dennis
Hmm.
putting things out there, and it took the people quite a while to understand. They begin to see his true colors, especially Kadesh, because
Hmm.
Kadesh is having issues with their equipment. We don't
We don't even touch it.
we don't touch the equipment. We
Mm-mm.
and we've had conversations with the pastor of Kodesh.
Hmm.
Um, we've had conversations with him about he would let us know when we came in, what had taken place, equipment missing. He told me that an entire drum set,
Hmm.
what they had when they used in the sanctuary.
Hmm.
So if they're doing it after Solid Rock is, somebody coming in there, who moved
And
it,
we
who
didn't, and our faction did not have any access
any access to the building.
at
We
all.
had no access.
Hmm.
So he let me know that he let me know. He says, I know it wasn't you all, even when it came to the damage of their sound equipment. He was
Hmm.
like, I know this was you because you all weren't here when
Hmm.
this happened. Like, it happened on at the New Year's Eve service. They damaged
Hmm.
the equipment. And he said, I know that wasn't you all because you all weren't here. And he was like, we just have to take measures to protect what we've invested in.
Hmm.
And you can't fault the pastor for that. You can't. That's the
And just to
equipment.
make it plain and clear, we know it's not Leon, brother Leon Livingston, because
Hmm.
he's a he's educated in his area.
That's his field.
That's his field. He went to school for it. You know, so we know
Absolutely.
he don't have anything to do with that. I just want that's just a
Mm-mm.
disclaimer.
Yeah, so yeah, if somebody is trying to say that that's how it was,
Yeah, yeah,
absolutely not.
yeah. It
That
wasn't.
that
Yeah.
that brother is one of the most professional when it comes to that. That I know for a fact. Brother Leon is one of the most professional people that I know when it comes to that sound and taking care of
Hmm.
equipment. He know what pieces to put together.
That's it.
Anything that's running, that brother can tell you how to get it to make it work and what you
Hmm.
need to connect to this. He ain't messing up nobody equipment. Number
That's
one, he
right.
knows the value of
That's right. That's
it.
right.
He knows
That's
how
right.
much it costs. So we want to make that clear. And the pastor also never ever placed blame on him at all.
Right. Right.
So,
Right. So I
but
just now just putting that, because.
but I do believe that those churches have had issues, run-ins, and with the one and only
Hmm.
who has never been able to be a person of in my opinion, no more integrity,
Hmm.
none whatsoever. Um, let's just kind of like solidify the fact that uh, that where we are and what we are doing is a stopping point, and change was on the horizon before we actually realized it, but now it's
Hmm.
actually here. We've
Yeah,
been
we actually experiencing and recognizing it.
yeah,
It's not that it wasn't happening the whole time. We just didn't know it, and
absolutely.
that's usually how it changes. Sometimes we say we don't mind change. You know what I mean? But when it hits you, if you if you're not expecting it, you know what I'm saying. You're usually going to have a reaction to change. But
Yeah,
if you're prepared for change, you know, and you're ready to oversee change and ready to embrace change, then you're responding correctly to change.
yeah,
So
yeah. It can be uncomfortable,
yeah.
and that's something that I completely agree with. I understand,
Hmm.
but it's funny that you said that because um, change is inevitable.
Hmm.
I remember growing up, that was something my mother would always say to me. She would say, Marcus, life brings about a change.
Hmm.
So there are phases in life that we all go through. There's going to be changes that you cannot stop. And even everything metamorphs, it morphs into something else. And
Hmm.
it's how we accept it, how we deal with it. I
Hmm.
have learned over these last few years that um, to make sure that you are prepared for the change. Uh,
Yes.
Because even if it comes on you unaware, you have to make yourself like, okay, God, what position do I actually need to be in right now? Because I understand I'm in the midst of it, and we are in the midst of it, and
Mm-hmm.
it's uncomfortable for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. That's right. And because the biggest thing is because, you know, just being just mankind, we as
Yeah,
individuals, we it's just something in us. We want things to stay the same.
yeah,
And this is something that we talked about even recently, like the new life as we knew it when Bishop Derek W. Hutchins was alive is a different church.
it is.
It's a different time even.
Hmm.
And even when he was alive, you remember we would talk about it. There were some things that, Bishop was accustomed to doing things a certain way, but change is constantly happening.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
and that's exactly where we are right now. We're
And he
seeing
was seeing it,
he was seeing it as well.
and it was
Yeah.
a little bit uncomfortable for him too.
That's right. That's right. That's
It
right.
was a little
I
uncomfortable
mean,
for him.
I can remember just like I said, just one small, unexpected change was during the pandemic. Man, I can remember we would go into the church, and this would be on like Bible studies, because he would do only the staff would come in during that time,
Yeah, yeah.
and I would watch him. Man, I'm like, man, I don't, and I understood what he was saying after the fact, but he said it's taking a psychological,
Think about it. A
yeah,
toll on him. Think
toll on him
about
because
it. Hmm.
you're used to seeing people in the crowd, and
Yes.
now you have to literally just look inside of a camera,
Yes.
and that's
You
all you
don't
see.
have any people to.
Exactly. You don't got the amens. You don't got none of that
Yeah,
because
that's right.
the people aren't there. And
And look
so, but
back.
I would watch him. I would watch him. He adjusts. He would adjust. I'm like, man, this man is preaching and teaching in here just as if
A whole house full.
the whole house is full, man.
And
But
that's what you have to do, bro.
yeah, you don't react to change. You have to respond to the change.
Yeah,
And so
absolutely.
that's what he began to do even at that time was make the preparation and even
Absolutely.
oversee the change and embrace the
Absolutely.
change. Even like,
That's
okay, we might be in this situation for a while like this, so we got to do this. We got to.
this is where we're gonna be.
This where we're gonna be. We got to do it
This
like
is
this. All right.
Mhm.
This could possibly come up. Be ready for this.
That's right.
That
And
type of thing.
it takes a visionary to be able to do that. A true
Mm-hmm.
visionary can see, all right, this is where we were,
Mm-hmm.
but now we got to make an adjustment.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? The thing about it is that the scripture teaches us that
Mm.
all the time. Like if you go back even to the account, and people say stories. I don't like to use the
Mm-hmm.
word stories when it comes to the Bible because I think that these are real life accounts.
Mm-hmm.
And so, if we go back to the account in the Testament about blind Bartimaeus,
Yes.
even blind Bartimaeus had to make an adjustment.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and this was something because he had to turn from where he was to be able to get to a position where if I can't hear you, if I can't see you, but I can hear you. So I'm going to put myself in a position to where you can see me, even though I can't see you. That's adjusting. So change comes
Mm-hmm.
at times. Sometimes we know a change is coming, but the pandemic was something that no one was expecting. And
Exactly.
and it has caused, even now we continue to see the effects of it, even now how it has changed ministry. Now, with the way that our church is going, with the way that the ministry is going now, we still have to make some more adjustments. We still have to make some more change. There's a lot of challenges ahead of us.
Exactly.
A
And
lot of
that's the
challenges.
key to it. That's the key to it. You can only respond to that which you expect.
Yeah.
We can't put our heads in the sand like, okay, no, it's changes.
Yes, sir.
It's changes
Big
taking
change.
place, and we just gotta be ready. You know what I'm saying? At least expect the change. You know what I'm
Real
saying? And
changes.
and even in expecting now we gotta, just like what we're saying even on Sunday, we're expecting, even though we know, but we're
Hmm.
still expecting, okay, some way, somehow,
He's
there's
gonna
gonna
do
some
something.
he's gonna try to throw a wrench in there some
He's
type
gonna
of
do
way.
something.
So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
now with knowing that, what's our plan B? What's our mode of operation? How are we gonna, what I'm saying, put up shields even when it comes down to these different attacks or
Right.
distractions or whatever,
Right. Right. Right.
you know.
We have, and I have. That's why I say I'm only going. My father would, my father would say, Marcus, don't be surprised by things that that people do that you already know they're going to do. Be
Mm-hmm.
surprised when they do something totally opposite. Like
Mm-hmm.
because what you expect somebody to do, you already know, right? So my expectation is that he's going to be the same
Oh yeah.
obnoxious,
Oh man.
cantankerous old man that he is.
It,
And
it's crazy, man. Just because, it's just like running into him at the district meeting on this week.
I know
You
that was
know,
just
I already
awful.
knew. I was already expecting him to be a certain way. Matter of fact, I already expected him to come with the individuals who he came with, and all. I'm like, okay, I'm prepared for, you know, um, and even speaking with the leader of that district at the time, he was telling me, all right, I don't want you to be alarmed. He's gonna potentially be shot. I'm like, I'm not worried about him.
Right at all.
I'm, I'm not. I'm expecting him, and I
That's
expected
so
him to
true.
respond and react the same way how he reacted. So it
Hmm.
didn't catch me. It didn't catch me by surprise. He After service was over with, he already had his attitudes and his disposition the whole time. And now after service, he looking at me and I don't understand you.
He
But
said he don't understand you.
he said he don't understand me. In other words, he don't understand. I don't
Can
know.
I characterize that? If you would, you allow
Yeah,
me
go
to
ahead.
characterize
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
what he doesn't understand is how you would stand up for truth when he wanted you to stand for his lie. What he
Mm-hmm.
doesn't understand is how you would take the side of right against his wrong. What he
Mm-hmm.
doesn't understand is the fact that your faith and loyalty was to
Mm-hmm.
God and not
Mm-hmm.
him.
That's
What
right.
he
That's right.
doesn't understand is how you pursued truth and
Mm.
justice for the people and not
Right.
stood by him and his few cronies. And what he
Exactly.
doesn't understand is how we pursued this truth and this rightness, and the
Mm-hmm.
people begin to see all the layers fall off that he had tried to
Yeah.
cover up for so long. He hid himself under lie after lie after lie after lie,
Mm-hmm.
and eventually, what happens with a lie? It gets exposed.
Listen, I seen something. Uh, I seen something on Facebook the other day. It says the truth is like a lion.
Wow.
You don't have to protect a lion. All you got to do is just let him loose.
Yes, sir.
Let a
Yes, sir.
lion loose. Let a lion loose.
Absolutely.
That lion
Absolutely.
gonna do what he's supposed to do for
He gonna do
himself.
what he's supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
But um, when a person has lived the majority of their life depending on other people to help them get by,
Mm-hmm.
and then that is gone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then and you have not in I count his life to the grasshopper and the ant.
Mm.
He never prepared himself at
Mm.
any point in time.
Mm.
He never prepared himself. And that's no one's fault because you cannot sit by and watch people. You've been exposed. Is the fact of the matter is you've been exposed to people who have been and are still aggressive go-getters. I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
name them off.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1, Bishop Hutchins.
Yeah.
Number 2, Bishop Brandon Porter.
Yeah.
Whether I disagree with his stance and how he does things or not, he is not lacking.
Oh no, not at all. Not at all.
not.
and he ain't gonna lack.
And he's not gonna lack. He's aggressive. He's going to
Hmm.
get, he's going to work, he's going to use his wit, his intellect, his education. He's going to do, and he's going to make sure that his children are prepared after after his demise. He's
Hmm.
not going to interfere with anything that has to do with his brothers or his sisters. I take issue with the fact that he did it with Bishop Hutchins.
But you know,
I take real issue with that. But I
with,
guarantee you that no, that his children are not gonna let nobody try to come and take from them
oh,
if they want it.
I know, and that goes back to what I was even gonna say. Like, even in a situation like that, it goes back to our conversation that we're having now concerning change. You know, it's certain
On the horizon.
it's certain things that even when you think about a Bishop Hutchins and a Bishop Porter, they're expecting certain changes. You know,
Absolutely.
the only thing when it comes down to change is we just don't know when change is going to
That's right.
happen.
That's right.
You know, and that's one of the mysterious things about change. You don't know when it's going to happen, but you know it's going to happen.
That's right. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And so it goes back to what you're saying. Maybe he lived his whole life not preparing for any changes, knowing that
Well,
okay, well,
and then but see, he lived his life not prepared for changes, but then when change came, somebody was always there to rescue
that's my point. Yeah.
him.
And then when that
So
time comes when, okay, matter of fact, well, I can't even we can't even say that in this case because even in this situation, Bishop really looked out for him. Even in death, Bishop looked
yeah,
out for him. You
yeah.
know, which we don't have to get into those details tonight, but the
Well,
fact
I
of the
mean,
matter is,
well,
you know,
that is the truth. The bishop did, but then even what the bishop left for him
that's what I'm
is
saying.
being held up because of him.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone else is on hiatus, or not even hiatus. Everybody else is on pause
Mm-hmm.
because of everybody is on pause because of him. You've been given, and then you've taken what was left for the church and completely squandered it. So that in itself, I have to basically kind of like shoot a warning out to the prospective superintendent of the district that they placed him under. Even though you know him, um,
Mm-hmm.
even though you know him, I still feel obligated to give you another heads up and a warning, because if you can see, notice, and understand that this person is irresponsible, he's not fiduciary, he doesn't have financial responsibility, there is nothing leadership quality, ability, skill. I mean, he has cronies, and then you have people that believe your lies, and then you also have people who will stay with you because they are not willing to change. They are afraid to change. They don't want to see change. They don't like change. Just let things stay the way that they are. Okay, you have a baby. What is your expectation
Mm-hmm.
of your child? Do
Mm-hmm.
you expect your child to remain in diapers until they are 30 years old? No,
So.
they change. Not only
Mm-hmm.
do they change physically, they change mentally. They start
Mm-hmm.
developing their own personality and their own
That's right.
character. And the way that you treated them at 2 years old, you're not going to be able to treat them at five. The
That's right.
food that you feed them at 1 month, you don't feed them at 12 months.
That's right.
It changes. So if you go through change there, why don't you think that the rest of the world and the things that you do every day, at some point and another, the change is not going to happen? It
And
does.
let me tell you something. This is one of those things from the book that I'm reading, and it was so powerful. He said, if you don't like change, you're gonna like irrelevance even less.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Bro, I just had a talk with a leader in the church about that, a leader in the national church about that.
Wow.
Wow. They
You're gonna
said the
like
thing.
if you don't like change, you're gonna like irrelevance even less
Hmm. Because that's
because
what will happen.
it's gonna happen.
Yep.
You know, I was just having this conversation earlier. When it comes down to change, even the family network at some point in life changes. Somebody's gonna be
Absolutely.
born into the family. Somebody's gonna die.
Yep. Even
Somebody might,
relationships change in
you know what I'm
families.
saying? Even someone may even join the family through marriage,
Yep.
and then you might lose, quote unquote, a family member
Yep.
through divorce.
That's right. That's right.
Everything in life changes. Your
Changes.
financial state and
Sometimes
status.
you might be up, sometimes you might be down, sometimes you might be in the middle. Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You can't expect it to be the same always. You
Mm-mm.
know what I'm saying? And the main thing is, like I said, this is a powerful subject tonight, man, and I thank you for it, man. Because just like what we even witnessed, I'm pretty sure you'll probably get to it maybe even tonight or next week. What we witnessed, even being a part of the women's convention,
Let's talk about
and
it.
this is election year
Yeah.
for the church. Come November of this year, is a strong possibility.
A very strong possibility. We're going to see it's a strong possibility we're going to see numerous changes.
That's what I'm saying. Numerous changes.
Numerous
Those who
changes.
you see in leadership is no guarantee
Mm-mm.
you're
Mm-mm.
gonna see these same individuals. Though,
Mm-mm.
I mean, you have all these new faces running for the general board,
Strong candidates. Strong candidates.
running for the trustee board, the
Yes,
financial
sir.
secretary,
Yes,
the
sir. Yes,
general
sir.
sec. All
Yes,
of these
sir.
changes, and
Right.
it's inevitable, and it's necessary,
Very much necessary.
and it's
And
necessary.
you know why it's necessary, bro? Because what happens is the current leadership uh, coming from the leadership prior to them and prior to them have been stuck in a way of doing things, and at certain points it not only was it hampering to growth, but it's also stifling and tyrannical and hurtful and harmful to the people. And I
Mm.
think for and for the masses, as a masses, sometimes what happens is we get comfortable in it because we think, well, it's been done like this for so
It's so
long.
so long.
There's
Yeah.
no need to change. This is just the way that it is. And that's how we lived in slavery for 400 years.
Mm, mm,
That's how
mm.
the Jews lived, and the Hebrews lived in slavery for those amount of years as well, because they got comfortable in it. They were born in it, and that's just
Mhm,
what they were born into. That was the culture that they created. But somebody had to wake up. Who woke up for the Jews? It was Moses. Who woke
mhm,
up? There were plenty of people that woke up for during slavery. We can go back as far as Nat Turner, and the
mhm,
list goes on and on and on and on. But somebody had to wake up. Somebody had to
mhm,
wake up during the civil rights movement. Somebody
mhm.
had to wake up during the church movement. That's why the Azusa Street revivals came out of the Baptist and
Exactly.
the Methodist movement. Everything. So now there's another movement that's going on in the Pentecostal church 100 and something years later.
Yep. That's right.
And the people that we have grown up in this thing, we have seen. I noticed that there were things that were different. We begin to notice at a long time ago, but then there's some things you just can't do anything about. Or we was
Mm,
which leads me to my other point. I left this out earlier. The court of public opinion consists of two people,
mm,
three actually. You have those who are for the change,
mhm,
and I'm talking about the court of public opinion as it relates to New Life Church of Orlando and our
mhm,
situation. You have a majority of the people that are for the change. You have a minuscule amount of people that are against the change. But then
mhm,
you have a lot of other people who are just mute on the subject altogether.
mhm. Yep.
They don't have anything to say about it at all. They're watching from the sidelines to
Mhm,
see how is this thing going to play out.
mhm.
A lot of those people that are watching what is going to happen are people who were friends of Bishop Derek W. Hutchins Sr.
Mhm, mhm.
Those people, their opinion doesn't count, but it has an effect on us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Has an effect on us.
Yeah.
And it's crazy when you're in trouble and you need your people to be around you and to help you. You look for those people, and sometimes you can't find them. Then in random conversations, they may say something, and you're like, "What? You notice you never said anything?"
Mm-hmm.
Bro, it's crazy. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot that's standing on this.
Yeah.
Um, it's a lot that's standing on this, and I would even encourage, like I said, new life. You know, there's a lot. Matter of fact, that's the theme. According to the National Church, there's work to be done, something like that. Whatever the theme is, we got to get ready to work.
Got to. We have to. Get
We have to get ready to work. Um, just even that complacency of just sitting back and just, oh well, whatever. Just let whatever happen is gonna happen. We can't have that mindset and that attitude. If that be the case, Nehemiah would have never been able to come back and rebuild the wall successfully
hmm
if the people stayed in a state of complacency. The Bible says, and they built the wall because the people had a mind to work.
work. People had a mind to work. You know, um, the people had a mind to work and they did it together.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the Bible doesn't mention whether or not there were quirks or schisms between the people. I'm sure there may have been.
Mm-hmm.
However, they were resilient enough
Mm-hmm.
to get through and work through their differences.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't trying to fight one another. They were
Mm-hmm.
not trying to go behind the other person's back, talking, gossiping. Because if that is what happened during the rebuilding of the temple, the wall, I guarantee you it would have never been completed.
Mm-hmm. And even because the the togetherness of the people, they were able to do in 52 days what was supposed to take years,
Years. Yeah.
perhaps months.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
52 days they were able to totally finish the wall
Yeah. Completed.
because
Yeah.
the people had a mind,
That's right.
to work, to see change.
That's right.
No, no, okay. Because they could have been like a lot of people. Well, we're being attacked. They're gonna come against us. They're gonna fight us. They're gonna come with their swords and their chariots and everything else. Why even fight? Why even get on the wall? Why? You see what I'm saying? I think we lost Elder Marcus here. I think we lost him.
Save me, 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 save me. Save me, 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 save me. Save me, save me, save me, save me.